Well, good morning, everyone. So it's the 15th of December, and a few little things went wrong this morning. Like everything went wrong trying to get this up, but we're finally here. Long story for later. And oh, here we go. Now, why is this going so slow here? This is the first I've seen this morning. I obviously know that Guy is actually in Cape Town. Nord's now retired, so that's cool. And Elliot down the back here is doing pretty well, 6.6 knots. Had a good chat with him yesterday. Did 124 nautical miles last night, or in the last 24 hours. Ian's doing 3.3 knots. They're enjoying pretty good conditions right now, so that's kind of nice. Jeremy's having a little bit of a respite here with the breeze, still doing 4.2. Had a chat with him, which you may have heard about. He's had some pretty solid Southern Ocean conditions, big seas, big winds, just running down with small head sail and so on, no mainsail, but this is going to give him a little bit of a break. It's moderated a little bit, but it's coming back again later. So anyway, he'll speed up a little bit. He's sailing very conservatively because of he believes he's a small boat and big seas, so take it steady. Goog's still got a bit of breeze there, and he's been doing pretty well, 127, but he did have some big stuff yesterday as well. So now he's got another breeze. He'll be off the edge of the zone shortly. That just clicked up for some reason. So making 7.4 knots at the moment, which is very cool. He'll be happy with that. And Avalish still holding the breeze, which we hoped for yesterday, 6.5. Kirsten doing 7.5. That's a knot difference. That's kind of nice. And Simon, as we predicted, 2.2 knots. Ooh, not happy boy. Did 88 miles yesterday for 24 hours, and Kirsten did 178. So she picked up 100 miles there, and was saying she's going to get at least probably 150 miles. Looks like it might even be more. So let's just have a look at how I'll cut it back one little slot, and we'll look at how this is going to develop. He's still not quite on the front of it. So for Simon, it's all going to depend on what happens to the center of that high. So I'm going to toggle that through for the moment. We'll just keep moving that one at a time. It's every 2 hours. This is this afternoon. He's still sitting in the hole. Look at Kirsten and Avalish. They got a nice breeze. Kirsten and now Simon's going backwards, or should I say the center of that high is moving not in a favourable way for Simon. So this is by 6:30 tonight. So he's going to be going nowhere still, and then the high center is going, still not so good for him. He's going to be doing 3 knots, I suppose, whereas Kirsten and Avalish are going to be doing 6s and 7s and maybe even more. This is going through till midnight tonight, and let's see. Okay, so Simon's still lucking out. Kirsten and Avalish still moving strong. So this is 24 hours later, and Simon's still sitting there. So they could knock up another 100 miles on Simon there by tomorrow morning. And then it's still not looking good. That high's not moving. He's going to be struggling for every bit he can get there to try and get away from it, but it's not looking good at all. Looking extremely exciting for Avalish and Kirsten because what will happen is they'll continue this track down here. And they may start to sail out of it. This is the 16th. This is only tomorrow. So we'll go through a full 2 days, and that center of the highs right over the top of him. Boy, there's a lot at stake here. So this is on the 17th, not looking good for Simon. It's now moved in front of him. So even if he's made some ground, let's just say he manages 3 knots at 75 miles a day, and this is 2 days. So this is 2 days in advance. So that's 150 miles in 2 days. Let's see. Ooh, there's 150 miles. He's still in the light stuff, and he's absolutely trapped, nowhere to go. So that's kind of interesting. And for Kirsten and Avalish, they'll be making minimum 150 mile days. So they'll be 300 miles in front. So let's just see what that looks like. So there'll be a closure of about 300 miles, potentially. I had all sorts of mouse issues amongst this morning. So now I'm using a plug-in old one that's held them together by sticky tape. Long story. Cheapers. And it's not. Okay. Now I want to go back here. So currently 630. I wouldn't be surprised to see him knock out another at least 150 miles. So that'll be back to 500, could be 450 by the time this is all over. And Kirsten's got a 35-hour time difference there as well, so this could get very interesting. I might have lost you there with some of that, so I'll just expand this up again. And Abelish will be forward of that. He'll be around here. Kirsten, that's what I wanted to see, whether they would be holding the breeze. So this is about cheapest. This is not a good mouse. Okay, so yeah, Kirsten will be, when that's happening, if Kirsten holds this course, she'll be about here and still in the breeze. And so it'll only be like 400 miles difference, I reckon, you know. But anyway, let's wait and see. It all hinges on what happens with this this actual high pressure system. So this is cheapest. Every time I go click to, it's done twice. Sorry about all this. Okay, so let's just, I'm just looking at the movement of this high at the moment. Jeepers. Here we go, got to hit that. Now it should go. Okay, so this is moving along, and it's just moving further in advance for Simon and stretching out. So this is not good news for Simon, but fantastic news for Kirsten and Abelish. That's probably enough of that. We don't want to be too depressing for Simon, but anyway, you can see what's happening. He's got to and even if he gets north, it's going to be headwinds. So this is like kind of interesting. So I would say he's going to lose a full day, so may not be until the 21st now, but who knows? It's all a bit hard to predict, but there's a whole area of light winds setting up for Simon in the next few days. That's through till midday on the 18th. That's nearly 3 days in advance. So yeah, Simon's going to be struggling and may not get there till the 21st. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. But back here we know there is a bit of a blow coming, and we might have passed it then. It's maybe moving further south. Let's just have a look for the back end and see what they're going to get. So we can see them all there, and I'm going to bounce this forward a bit. Here comes this breeze, 15, 16. This is the one here for Jeremy, going a bit further forward. So he's going to interact with that probably. He'll be further forward on that, so probably late on the 16th. We'll be watching that closely. The rest of it's all pretty good for the guys at the back, and yeah, it's probably going to catch up to Goog as well, but it's dying off by then. He'll be off the edge then, so all very interesting. But certainly up the front here, it's going to be turning into a boat race, I think. We could see Kirsten close that total distance by even, she's just picked up 100 miles yesterday. Let's just confirm that with a quick catch here. Yeah, 640. Oh, that's probably not correct. It's probably about there. 630. Yep, she took out 100 miles in the last 24 hours, and you might see her pick up another 200 miles or more by the time they get to Hobart. So that could be down to 400 miles. She's definitely in touch, and Abelish is only. Oh, I'm trying to drag this across now. Abelish is only. Well, still 300 miles behind. So. Fun to watch. Okay, that's really about it. We're about to hop a train and a plane and all that sort of stuff, so we'll see you on the other